it's time to land onto the big data opportunities. So what are the big data opportunities? In an increasing digitized world today, everything you create is an electronic record. Every purchase, doctor visit, or instance you friend someone on the Facebook is an electronic record. As some organization continues to amass hundreds of terabytes of that information, they are looking for more sophisticated software tools to mine and analyze it, to help business better understand their market and customers, and even predict what's next. Let's examine some industries now and areas in which big data is poised to have a significant impact in the coming years. The very first area is human resource and the people management. The transformation of the human resources function from an administrative cost center to a value-adding organizational component has begun. It's ripe for continued emergence in the coming years thanks to new big data analytics capabilities. Big data will lead to smarter hiring with decisions guided by predictive models developed for that particular job. For example, hiring decisions could be based on the information such as phrases used in the resume, computing distance, or consistency in answering the questions. The specific factors and their weights would vary by job type. This would lead to better success rates, lower employee churn, less time to make hiring decisions. Big data will further help management understand how to optimize employee productivity and performance, project potential shortfall in expertise and manpower, and better align investments in talent and new hires with business results. Another area is delivering the tailored political message. The midterm elections are fully in the rear view mirror, which means a respite from the seemingly non-stop glut of the political advertising that dominates the airways in the weeks and months leading up to the election day. Fear not, it won't be long before attention turns to 2016 and the advertising machines are churning at full speed once again. And when they are back in gear, expect data analytics to play a major role in how candidates and their campaign managers determine where to allocate precious campaign dollars. Data analytics will allow for a much more granular level of targeting, enabling political campaigns to tailor specific messages to voters in a hyper-local and highly specific way. New concepts such as addressable advertising will take things even a step further, as candidates can bypass the programming airtime marketplace and have specialized campaign messages delivered via set-top box to the desired target. Many efficiencies will be gained from incorporating data analytics into campaign advertising strategies. Expect to see this embraced as the cycle start up again. Another area, we jump onto the auto insurers getting to know their drivers. Auto insurers are constantly striving to learn more about their customers. Data analytics, telematics, and the connected car can offer an insurer a view of a driver's habits, behavior, and tendencies like never before. Many insurers already have turned to telematics to collect information about their driving behavior. Progressive Insurance, for example, report that 60% of its customers are either taking up telematics or interested in that idea. With more connected cars taking the road in the coming year, data pulled from telematics can be fed into analytics engine in real time so that the insurer can better assess risk and reward good driving behavior with pricing initiatives, as opposed to simply punishing drivers after they had met an accident or received a traffic ticket. Another area we would like to jump onto the local government trickle down. Within the government sector, big data has been embraced for some time now at the highest level, as evidenced by the federal government's $200 million investments in 2012. As we move on to the coming years, look for similar big data strategies to trickle down to the state and even local government levels. Whether to help resource-constrained law enforcement personnel better anticipate and respond to crime, improve management to traffic to prevent backups, optimize public transportation scheduling, or save valuable tax dollars from federal, state, and local governments will make better use of vast amounts of collectible data to better serve their commodities. Another area is leveraging wearable data. With the holiday shopping season in full swing, wearable technology for fitness is all the rage. Think Fitbit or Apple's health app. Connected watches, wristbands, and sensor socks can collect data related to a user's physical activity over a long period of time. Until now, the data tracked by these wearable devices has been the domain of that individual user. In 2016, look for healthcare, insurance providers, and even employers to capitalize on opportunities to access that data and put it into work. With the data in hand, healthcare insurers can offer incentives and discounts for achieving a healthcare lifestyle. For example, employers can nudge their employees to achieve fitness goals and track progress, potentially cutting down on office sickness and absenteeism. The wearable technology market to date enables a collection of valuable data. In 2016, expect companies to begin leveraging their data in the meaningful ways. Now we move on to the another chapter which talks about the big data driver. The data need to be secure, sensitive data to provide private information and to manage data quality exist whether data sets are big or small. However, the specific properties of big data create new types of risks that necessitate a comprehensive strategy to enable a company to utilize big data while avoiding the pitfalls. We suggest that the organization need to consider the following questions for the 7 key steps to success when accessing their readiness to truly start benefiting from the big data. Governance. Good governance encompasses consistent guidance, procedures, and clear management decision making. Organizations need to ensure standard and exhaustive data capture. They need not protect all the data, but they need to start data sharing with inbuilt protections with the right levels functions of the organization. The very first question comes here, given the ubiquitous nature of big data, does your data governance framework acknowledge the evolving definitions of data owners and consumers? Another question comes here, does your current governance address the risk related to the life cycle of big data? Another area we have is of the management. Integrating and moving data across the organization is traditionally constrained by data storage platforms such as relational database or batch files with limited ability to process very large volumes of data with complex structure or without structure at all, or data generated or received at a very high speed. So what the questions comes in the management category. Do you have the right skills and internal capabilities to deal with the big data technologies and methods which are relatively new? Another question for the management comes here. Do you have the sufficient control over the big data volume, variety, velocity, and veracity, which may impose additional risks? Another area falls into the category of architecture. Data architecture should be prepared to break down internal silos, enabling the sharing of key data sets across the organization and to ensure that learnings are being captured and relayed across to the right set of people in the organization in a timely and accurate manner. So what questions come here in the architecture category? Does your IT infrastructure support your big data strategy? Another questions come here. Can you flexibly scale processing and storage to meet the demands of big data processing? Think of these questions. Another category comes here is the usage. The results of big data can be beneficial to a wide range of stakeholders across the organization. Executive management and boards, business operations and risk professionals including legal, internal audit, finance and compliance, and as well as the customer-facing departments like sales and the marketing. The challenge is having the ability to interpret the huge amount of data that can be collected from various resources. So, do you have the right talent to be able to process, model and interpret big data results? Is your co-worker or workforce ready to shift to the new paradigm of data-driven decision? Just have the answer of these questions. Another area we have is quality. The quality of data sets and the inference drawn from such data sets are increasingly becoming more critical. Organizations need to build quality and monitoring functions and the parameters for big data. Correcting a data error can be much more costly than getting the data right the first time, and getting the data wrong can be catastrophic and much more costly to the organization if it is not corrected. So what questions comes here? Are your existing methods sufficient to deal with this unstructured data? And what level of data quality is required to meet your big data goal? Another area is of security. Companies need to start establishing security policies which are self-configurable. These policies must leverage existing trust relationships and promote data and resource sharing within the organization, while ensuring that data analytics are optimized and not limited because of such policies. Is your security infrastructure robust enough to deal with the increasing demand of protecting a growing stockpile of data, while flexible enough not become bottlenecked by that information? Is your security infrastructure robust enough to deal with the increasing demand of protecting a growing stockpile of data, while flexible enough to not become bottlenecked by the innovation? And finally, we have the area which talks about the privacy. The increased use of big data challenges the traditional framework for protecting the privacy of the personal information, forcing companies to audit the implementation of their privacy policies to ensure that the privacy is being properly maintained. So have you defined who owns big data information and whether there is an actual or an implied consent to use the same? Do you understand that how the big data is stored and how it is used can also create significant privacy issues? Now we move on to the big opportunities and the big security. The adoption of big data analytics is rapidly growing. If you don't get ahead of the curve, there is a big potential for big problems. But if you do plan ahead, there are big opportunities to successfully enable the business. You might be wondering what the big deal is and what makes big data special and more challenging. The trouble is that big data analytics are fueled by the huge volume of often sensitive customer, product, partner, patient and other data, which usually have insufficient data security and represent low-hanging fruit for cyber criminals. Big data analytics create significant opportunities. However, organizations must come to terms with the security challenges they introduce. For example, big data analytics focus on finding the key insights to move the business forward. Those insights are generally derived from sensitive data that's aggregated in the big data repository. The nature of big data, high volume, variety, velocity, makes it difficult to ensure data integrity. Schema-less distributed environments where data from the multiple sources can be joined and aggregated in arbitrary ways, making it challenging to establish access control. Big data repositories represent another data source to secure, and the most existing data protection and compliance approaches will not be scalable. Without security, no opportunities. At this time, an increasing number of businesses are adopting big data environments. The time to write is to make security teams are included in these decisions and the deployments, particularly since big data environments which don't include comprehensive data protection capabilities, representing low-hanging fruit for hackers since they hold so much potential valuable sensitive data. Data security is a detailed, continuous responsibility that needs to become a part of business as usual for big data environments. Securing data requires a holistic approach to protect organizations from a complex threat landscape across diverse systems. Data security must complement with other security measures such as endpoint security, network security, application security, physical site security, and more to create an in-depth approach. By planning ahead and being prepared for the introduction of big data analytics in your organization, you would be able to help your organization meet its objectives securely. Congratulations! Many congratulations on the completion of big data analytics journey with us. We would love to hear feedback on it, and a nice review would be highly appreciated. Reviews really help us to get the word out there about our courses, and if you're getting value out of this course you are talking, why not let others know?